We're here in Fort Lauderdale, right off Las Olas, on one of the most exclusive lots, beautiful views, but where are we standing right now?
223 Royal Palm Drive, right off of Las Olas. Again, one of the most exclusive lots, point lots in Fort Lauderdale.
And in Fort Lauderdale, we're seeing incredible design, incredible construction, but this project is bringing that to a whole new level.
That is true. So we ended up hiring one of South Florida's top designers, which is Strang Design. They're amazing, their design concepts. We're doing a very warm, modern feel. A lot of natural elements are coming into the project.
Absolutely, and with natural elements, that's lifestyle, you know, the holistic, healthy living, everything that's gonna be going into this. It's gonna help mentally, physically. It's going to be on something that people can't see just anywhere.
You brought up wellness. So
right.
On our third floor, we have like a lounge area, but then we're also include our wellness center. So we'll have the gym, we'll have a treatment room for massages or any type of treatment, stuff like that.
Right.
We end up we have a cold plunge, steam shower, and sauna. Again, people are working out from their houses. They're accustomed to bringing in, somebody to come do the masseuse and all that. Absolutely. So we want to make sure we're covering all those aspects.
Without a doubt. And when you're looking at a home like this, this lot is massive. How many square feet is the lot
itself? It's around 21,000 square foot lot.
21,000 square feet, which you can't find just anywhere.
No, it's hard to come by.
The home itself, how many square feet can we expect?
The house is going to be 10,500 under air.
Under air?
Under air. So we're around 13 and change for total square footage.
When you're planning something like this, how do you go through that process as far as deciding all of these different elements?
The planning there goes a lot to it. I mean,
right.
There was a lot of sketches and going back and forth to really come up with a proper conceptual drawing that we were happy with.
Right.
One of the big things too is having these amazing views. We wanted to expose them. We want to make sure that anywhere you look from the house, wherever you're standing, whether it's the kitchen, the offices, we want views. So that became a big part of the design, and I really kind of pushed the architects and the design group to give us that. So all of our bedrooms have water views.
Wow.
Our office has a water view. Our bar, our living room, our kitchen, everything is kind of towards the back part of the house, giving those views. And then what we ended up doing on some of the areas where you can't have a view, let's say the laundry room, we push those things towards the front. So there's a lot of planning and really maximizing our views.
You guys specialize in Fort Lauderdale. The amount of homes that you've built, living here, growing up here, knowing what people want and need and what the future is looking for as well. I mean, you guys really have the best grasp of that. And when you walked onto this property for the first time and you guys decided to obviously purchase the lot, go into construction, go into the whole planning process, what were you thinking about as far as who that person is that is going to ultimately buy this home and live in this home?
So one of the big things for me, how I look at it is I'm always looking at the premium lots, right? I want the premium locations. I want the exclusivity. I want to create also privacy for the buyer, for the end user. So all those things kind of slowly start coming to mind. So it all started with, all right, let's look for lots.
Right.
This is it. Here it is. We got privacy. We got exclusivity, views. You name it, this lot has it, right? And also the size of it, which again is not common in Fort Lauderdale. So starting there. And then going into what you asked about, what's our end user? We're looking for that person who is looking for exclusivity, is looking for premium finishes, real interesting design elements. I don't like just building, a cookie cutter, which on these type of houses.
We can see that through your history of building homes. Yeah. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah. Pushing the limits on what we can come up with. I always tell my architects and engineers, I'm like, guys, let's push on what we can build here. Think out of the box. I don't want the ordinary stuff. I don't want this house that I've seen before. I want one of a kind, iconic buildings.
There's going to be all different natural elements. There's going to be a lot of stone, wood, but product coming in from all over the world. What can you tell us as far as, where things are going to be manufactured, where things are coming from, the element of just luxury products and materials and design that's coming in?
Yeah. So we're always looking for the unique, high quality material, right? So we're always searching really all over the world. A large majority of it is coming over from Europe, and exclusively, I'd say, not exclusively, but a large part of it is coming from Italy. I've always found that Italy is providing they're always ahead of the curve on the design. For me, they have the best design, right? So then once we kind of start looking at their design and looking at their products, then I start looking at the quality. How well is it made? what type of reputation does that company have? How is their customer service aspect as well?
Right.
So I kind of start factoring all those things, and that's how we ended up selecting a lot of our material.
Without a doubt. And when you're looking at this, you keep mentioning views. I mean, the views, point lot, 300 feet. I mean, you could have multiple mega yachts here. I mean, your boat, a friend's boat, if you have multiple boats. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. Deep water, immediate access. I mean, what can we talk about that type of living?
Yeah, so obviously, definitely, it's a person who has a yacht or a large vessel, a large sport fish. You know, we're kind of catering to there. We are making provisions for electrical requirements that are required by yachts and sport fishermen and stuff like that. What I'm envisioning is, you know, someone putting their yacht on the west side of the property, and then this leaving it more open, or for smaller boats to, you know, their friends are coming over, watching the boat show, all those type of things that that you'd like to see.
This is what South Florida living is. When we think about interior, the height's the limit. But exterior living, you know, that's why we're here in South Florida, the capabilities and what you're able to implement in exterior design.
Yeah, what we ended up starting to do is I wanted to make the inside smooth transition to the exterior and the exterior to interior. So there's a lot of elements that we used, a lot of finishes that we're bringing in from the outside to the inside, the inside to the outside, you know? So to create that space where you're just kind of continuously living, which is what we want to do in South Florida, continuous living from inside and outside. Our pool, we did a really cool design. It wraps around the whole back part of the property, and it's a 2,000 square foot pool, so it's massive. I did an infinity edge all around the backside for aesthetic look. So it's
good view for
really cool.
All the neighbors. Be able to see, I mean, beautiful waterfall edge. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, and on top of that, you know, with the landscaping that we're bringing in, the landscape lighting, all those elements that really kind of come into the house is spectacular.
Yeah, and when you talk about those architectural lighting and things like that, but outdoor kitchens, I assume there's going to be something incredible.
Correct. We have. So what we ended up doing is we ended up doing like 2 sections of outdoor kitchen spaces. We have, like, let's call it the main outdoor kitchen where the cooking and all that stuff happens, and then we have more of an entertainment bar closer to where you're sitting down and hanging out at, where we still have the refrigerators and the coolers and all those type of things to kind of create some cool spaces. Obviously TVs outside and all those finishes. And what we're doing on this house, which we're starting to push this into all of our custom homes and that we're providing for sales, is we're fully furnishing them. So that means all the interior and exterior furniture we're including on the design. And what I like about that, as you think about it, we're planning for all these, how the shape of the couch, how big it's going to be. Do we make this room a little bit bigger or smaller? It starts, you know, really kind of incredible size proportion of everything, because we're having chances that we fell in love with this one couch or a table. Well, let's make this room a little bit bigger to accommodate this awesome table.
And that's the thing, because somebody who's going to buy this property, move into this property, it's not like you're buying just the shell and all the finishes and everything. The fact that it's furnished, and you guys are intentionally designing every space, also planning furnishings to make it completely perfect, is truly one of a kind. Because often people will buy a home and then they have to figure out the design and then hunt for that perfect furniture, where you guys are designing it with all of the expectations and understanding of exactly what pieces are going in every space.
100%.
So it's going to be like living to the most perfected perspective.
I mean, we're thinking about everything. I mean, everywhere from, we've selected lamps at this point. You know, we haven't broken ground and we're selecting lamps. So where we have to plug in a lamp, I mean, all those little things that we don't want anything to be left unthought, you know, so everything is taken care of now.
When are we looking projected completion date?
About 18 months.
That's amazing. So in 18 months, whoever buys this is going to be able to move right in, bring their bags, and start living their lifestyle.
And that's the nice thing, because what we've seen is people get frustrated. Like, they just bought a brand new house and now they're having to bring in an interior designer. They're having to select all the furniture. Stuff's not fitting right. The lead time on furniture is long of what they wanted. So sometimes they'll compromise and say, like, fine, I'll take this couch and it's available in 2 months instead of 6 months. We don't have that problem. We're already planning that out. We know our lead times of the furniture, of the finishes, and we're getting all that stuff taken down ahead of time.
I actually have not seen another house planned to that detail, because you're right. Someone will, in normal cases, they would buy a home like this and then they can't even move in for months. Just because, you know, there's so much to furnish, there's so much to do, design, planning, and you're not going to just put anything into this home. So, you know, I mean, you're saving time, obviously cost, things like that, but buying literally the most exclusive, most iconic property in all of Fort Lauderdale. CKA Construction, they are going to be building something that everybody should expect to see in about 18 months. But stay tuned, there's so many details, stories, and everything that's going to be coming directly to you. But if you're interested in a property like this, start looking now, drive by, talk to Kevin and the team, as this is truly going to be one of a kind.